In December 2019, a virus had emerged in China. The virus spread rapidly around the world, causing millions of deaths. The virus' high infection rate, rapid spread, and high proportion of asymptomatic cases created a terrifying and unpredictable situation. In 2019, a virus had emerged in China. The virus spread rapidly around the world, causing millions of deaths. The virus' high infection rate, rapid spread, and high proportion of asymptomatic cases created a terrifying and unpredictable situation. As expected, all these restrictions are causing structural changes in economy, in social systems, and culturally affecting countries and individuals. That said, it is presented these consequences focusing on the United Kingdom and in Nigeria, two different countries but both struggling to deal with this pandemic.
Hello, my name is Ana Maria Diana Stefan and I will present to you the social and economical consequences in the UK. I will start with the social ones. The most common social consequences we have identified are represented by educational system who has suffered a lot because of the remote learning and education inequalities, because not all the students are able to follow the classes or to do the requested work or to have access to working materials, and these things went to increasing cases of depression among students. Another social consequence is represented by mental health and well-being, because many people have suffered from anxiety and depression, especially the ones aged between 16 and 24 were deteriorated the most during the first lockdown. The food insecurity represents another social consequence we have identified because of the increased unemployment, reduced hours, and self-isolation. Multiple vulnerable groups have been affected. Another social consequence is represented by gender inequalities and violence, because the UK has been facing concern with the rising family violence. Now I will talk about the economic consequences. The most common economic consequences are represented by unemployment, because around 24% of the UK workforce is at risk, and people and places with the lowest income are the most vulnerable. Also, many businesses face difficult challenges, and the economic impact highlights the situation of economists who present different expectations in order to restore the economy once restrictions are erased.
Consequence of the global pandemic. Nigeria is among the first countries in sub-Saharan Africa to identify the pandemic and has since implemented strict measures to contain the spread of this deadly disease. As the oil sector accounts for the bulk of Nigeria's revenue, the price has increased by 60% following the spread of the virus, having a huge implication for the economy. As of March 2020, the price of crude oil dipped to $29.62 per barrel. Another economic consequence is significant job loss. As the pandemic intensifies, Nigeria's financial sectors have suffered significantly. Contraction in these sectors has led to significant losses of jobs, as youth underemployment has risen to 55%. The shutdown crippled those who depend on daily work for survival. This has led to high crime rates and hike in prices of commodities for survival. The economic consequence of pandemic on the currency has been felt in the exchange rate, which has depreciated by 1.0% since mid-February 2020, leading to a larger depreciation of the naira. The currency was adjusted to 380 per dollar. One major social consequence of the pandemic in Nigeria was the distribution of palliatives, such as food items and conditional transfer of money to the poor and vulnerable citizens. Some of the palliative meant to cushion the sufferings of the masses at the peak of the pandemic, when the economy was practically shut down, were yet to reach the intended beneficiaries. Some states still stacked them in their warehouses and some politicians in their homes, until hoodlums broke into them and carted away whatever they could. Another social consequence is enforcement of lockdown movement restrictions and curfew by the security agents were met with human rights violations, degrading treatment, illegal confiscation of properties, extortion, and unlawful arrest of citizens. This has played a huge social disruption in the nation by limiting social interactions amongst citizens.
Checks, but the virus has landed and people are concerned. If a country like China cannot totally contain and control this coronavirus thing, as sophisticated as they are, I'm very scared about Nigeria. I'm very, very scared. And I just hope that the government will act very, very fast and prompt about this and make sure that the citizens are safe. I'm really, really scared that we had to allow this to get to us because we had ample time to prevent it. But unfortunately, I'm scared. I just hope, let me sound religious here, pray that it doesn't get out of hand.
The staff are working flat out trying to keep these people from deteriorating further. They're trying to stop them from dying. This isn't an intensive care unit, it's an emergency ward. The ICU is full. People have only just arrived here and they're in terrible shape. This is an absolute constant. This killer pandemic is virtually out of control. The patients are literally gasping for air. The plastic bubbles the staff struggle to communicate through attempt to equalise the air pressure in the lungs. Nobody expected this. Nobody thought they'd be treating so many so quickly.
Hi, my name is Aryan Kiani and I'm going to be talking about the cultural consequences of the UK and Nigeria. The pandemic is also affecting the cultural side of the UK, forcing cancellation of some of the UK's biggest events, such as musical, large-scale gatherings and art galleries. Also in Nigeria, the cultural side has been affected due to the global pandemic. This includes the entertainment and film industry. The comedians, sportsmen, actors and artists have been affected as their shows have been cancelled in Nigeria as well, as now there is nothing for the people in Nigeria to socialise with.
Hello, I am Zaman Bahadur. Today I am going to present the conclusion of global pandemic consequences about UK and Nigeria. As mentioned in this research, the COVID-19 virus originated in China, but over time it has affected the whole world and its effect continues to this day. Nigeria and England are among the most affected. China, England and Nigeria all belong to the three different continents. So it can be said that the world is running on the principle of global village, especially in economic terms. According to research, my aspect of the changing socio-economic and cultural situation are debatable for researchers in this report. Nigeria is not a developed country, it's more affected economically than cultures, but according to this research, it's also clear that there is a deep connection between culture and socio-economic. In addition, it would have been clear that there is a lot of emphasis on roads and streets cleaning, but individual cleanliness is neither much discussed nor much informed. This is one of the reasons why the COVID-19 is spreading so fast. When the economic aspect is taken into account, effect of this virus on all social classes were felt, which laborers in particular were particularly affected. Since then, middle class people and wealthy people have also been affected by the virus. When it comes to socio-economic and cultural lives of individuals, both Nigeria and UK need to consider these aspects of the way life in order to combat the deadly pandemic of the COVID-19 virus. At the same time, the future of younger generation and future generation can be secured in many ways, especially in socio-economic and cultural context.
Enough, and maybe we are 100 anesthetists.
They are all listening to what we are saying, because as a leader, definitely you don't want your people to get sick. And if you hear of this kind of advisory, I'm sure they all call their congregation and advise them to follow the guidelines that are being given.
For now, officials are trying to trace all those who were on the infected man's flight.
In a warehouse, look at people passing through canal just to survive. Hunger in the land.
A sachet of sachet tomato, 120 naira.
Look at people struggling to survive.
We are suffering.
Look at people.
Bag of rice, 40,000 naira.
Look at people.
In conclusion, This shows the different consequences that have happened in the pandemic within the UK and Nigeria, the similarities, the differences, and how everyone else has been affected. Thank you very much.